The mood in Los Angeles is high vibration, a lot of people having fun, people are very friendly, a lot of people in good mood. We're out here at Mount Doom in Malibu and you can see a bunch of people surfing out here, decent wave, hiking, people enjoying. Welcome and much love, Trav here. And I thought it'd be cool to share and talk about this, to talk about different locations and also how environment can affect your mood, how environment can affect your life, and so on. So you may have seen my video on Seattle, pros and cons of living in Seattle, talk about the Seattle freeze and stuff like that. And it's definitely noticeable when you're in a different place, a different mood, and that mood will affect you differently. So for one, we have, let's slow up a bit here. For one, we have in Seattle, there's obviously a different weather. Okay, we can pass these people. There's different weather, and that weather is going to affect people in different ways. You have a lot more sun here, and that's kind of proven to improve people's moods. In Seattle, it's not really just the rain, but the fact that it's overcast for 2/3 of the year. There's a myth in Seattle that it rains a lot. It kind of does. It's about 37 inches, which is less than Boston and New York. But it's really the overcast that tends to be affecting people's moods. Also, people move for different reasons. In Seattle, you have a lot of people moving for the tech industry right now to grind it out. And you can kind of see why that would be not that fun, because people are making lifestyle sacrifices for money. But in LA, you have a lot of people who come here from all over the world. They dream to come here just to be a part of it, work in the service industry. A lot of people have dreams of making it in entertainment and acting or music or YouTube, social media, stuff like that. So you come to a place like Los Angeles, not only is the mood very high, but it's very ambitious. You'd say it's very ambitious, right? There's a lot of people working on themselves who have big dreams, exceptional people, and so on. So noticeable mood is like people are friendly, people are hustling, people are working on themselves, people want to be rap stars, they want to be singers, they want to be actors. And a lot of places in the world you just don't get that, right? It's a unique LA thing that people want to be YouTube stars. And Los Angeles is fucking big too. The greater area has 30 million people or something, 20 million, it's huge, right? And we talk a lot about, I like to talk about changing ourselves, improving ourselves and so on, working on ourselves. Wow, this view is spectacular, oh my God. Yo, LA, I like you, wow. Right, we got over here. Talk a lot about improving ourselves and changing ourselves, but we're pretty limited on changing environment. There's only so much one person can do when there's 30 million people. Want to walk this way here and take a look at this view. There's only so much you can do, and the truth is other people do have a lot of control over our emotions. We tend to be emotional contagion is a real thing. Infection is a real thing. There's certain limitations of small towns, small cities compared to large cities, and things that we talk about that. So something to think about is putting yourself in the right place for you, where you're going to be infected by the energy, the vibration, the atmosphere, the ambition, and so on, versus being in a place that's going to drag you down. So I'm not necessarily saying like LA over Seattle. I kind of am saying that. But I'm saying that you should think about where you are and how it's affecting you, because it can be a real thing. And there's lots of places like Los Angeles, or there's lots of places that have an elevated mood, and lots of places where people are really ambitious. There's also a lot of places where there's a little less ambition and the mood is a little bit darker. Down here we got some Malibu beaches. You see tons of people out here having fun. And another thing that's infectious about this is like people have money. I'm not going to say people are shallow or like especially capitalistic, but people have money, and it definitely makes you think and want to fulfill your goals and hold yourself the higher standard of service and money making. So just being here, it's like, well, I should be making more money. It's normal because a lot of people make money here. Whereas if I'm in Humboldt, California, outside of people really high up in the weed game, a lot of people are just not, really down. And that's infectious too. So if you want to add to this conversation, you're from Los Angeles, you have comments on it, throw them in the comments. For those of you who, it would be cool to say where you live in the world and what the mood is there, what the atmosphere is. In general, there's some people in Los Angeles who are unhappy some of the time. I'm not sure about that, but it's hard to be mad when you're at the beach and the sun's out. Obviously, there's a lot of people grinding and working, but most of us doing that are hydrated. So where are you at? And it doesn't really align with your goals. So that's a question. And traveling a lot makes a lot of sense. I've had a great trip in Los Angeles so far. Coming down to Venice and now Malibu. I'm going to go to Beverly Hills, Hollywood before I leave. But it makes a difference having the right environment around you. So I'm curious what you have to say about that. Would love to hear in the comments. And I'll talk to you soon. Let me know what you think about this concept, where you live at, what the mood is like there. Peace.